What is going on, Jeromes? So you may notice that the voice is a little bit rough again because I had a bronchial infection a couple weeks ago. Apparently, it's back to a degree, and it's not overly serious. I feel fine, except for the voice and the cough. But the remedies are number one, avoid caffeine and alcohol, and also get plenty of rest. I'm going to have this forever. Anyways, something that isn't forever is the National Football League, not for long. Danielle, the real deal Hunter, is in the thick THICC of his prime. He showed that he's healthy, recovered from the herniated disc in his neck. And for me, I want the Vikings to extend him long time. I want him to be in purple forever. Right? So, and guess what? If you trade Danielle Hunter, every single edge rusher you bring in, you hope is going to be a fraction of the player that Danielle is. So, no, take care of your guys, and I think it would be really smart for Kwesi and company to take care of Danielle Hunter with a new contract. But of course, we got to play the game first. So Danielle Hunter, of course, doesn't need to work out, but reportedly he's going to be skipping the beginning of voluntary workouts. Jeremy Fowler, ESPN. Vikings defensive end Danielle Hunter is not expected to attend the start of Minnesota's voluntary offseason program per sources. The absence is likely due to his contract. He's set to make $4.9 million in the last year of his deal, well below market for the three-time Pro Bowler. And Danielle's contract, basically, it's been an issue ever since it was signed. So he signed a 5-year, $72 million extension. Like we've said, anything over 3 years greatly benefits the team because you run out of guaranteed money and they're usually all front-loaded and it's whatever. But Danielle was averaging 14.4 when he signed that thing. So he was already massively underpaid when he inked that contract. But then he had the hernia disc in 2020, and that threw things through a loop, and they revised and redid his contract several times without adding new money, sort of kicking the can down the road, including adding a $18 million roster bonus in 2022. But now, in 2023, where he's only due a $4.9 million base salary, and also, by the way, he's foregoing a $100,000 workout bonus, something's got to be done. So, as we've been saying all offseason long, the Vikings either have to extend Danielle or trade Danielle. 0% chance he's playing on this current contract. None. Fowler continues, the Vikings value Hunter, who recorded 10.5 sacks last year despite scheme changes, so it's possible something could be worked out on the contract front. And Joel Corey, former NFL agent, now a contributor for CBS Sports, is our guy. Danielle Hunter has been unhappy with his contract for a while. The Vikings moved $7.25 million of his 2023 compensation in 2022. He is scheduled to make $5.5 in 2023. And Danielle, of course, following the "Hey, I want a new contract" playbook. So he's in, I think it was in Long Beach, the F1 races. So he was there yesterday, and also he cleared everything from his Instagram, which happens all the time, man. Happens all the time. But Danielle, respect what he did last year. He was healthy. He played in all 18 games. He led the team in sacks, 10.5, and that includes Zadarius, who was tearing it up at a Defensive Player of the Year pace the beginning of the season. Second in pressures with 76, all while learning a new position. All that, and health issues are done. So the main concern was the neck. And remember, in 2021, he missed time because of a torn pec. I think that's a one-off thing. There's no lingering health issues with Danielle. He's firmly in his prime at 27, so he's a guy that you certainly have to take care of. And the Vikings have some decisions because they brought in Marcus Davenport, yes, on the 1-year deal, but Danielle, are they going to keep him? They have to redo his deal. Zadarius, are they going to trade him? They're probably... So the new CBA makes it basically impossible for a player to hold out. And yes, voluntary workouts are voluntary, so that's basically the only way that a player can prove that he is unhappy with his deal and withhold his services. It's really about it. So something's going to happen with Zadarius. Either he gets a new contract or a revised deal with some guaranteed money, or he's going to get traded, one of the two. And Danielle, I don't know. Everything's up in the air with Danielle. But, I mean, the Vikings, it would behoove them to keep one of the two in the fold, as I like Davenport, but injuries and inconsistency are a question mark. Patrick Jones II deserves some more time. Wanham could get in there, Villain, etc. But, I mean, Danielle's that guy, man. And, of course, since we have to go down these rabbit holes now, so Danielle's second previous on his Twitter was congratulating Jonathan Gannon getting the Arizona Cardinals job. Now, of course, Gannon was a Vikings defensive assistant for a couple years under Zimmer, so that's a connection there. But Is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? Danielle to the Cardinals with 23, as well as a 2024 first-round pick for number 3 overall. The Vikings go get their guy. Because I think, for me, that's the only circumstance that I would approve trading Danielle Hunter. You have a absolutely amazing team-first edge rusher who can get to the quarterback, who plays the run well, an excellent teammate, doesn't complain, doesn't do anything, and has been underpaid for a long time. A long, long time. So you would obviously love to keep that in the fold. But I would be open to trading for him if it puts you in position to get your quarterback in the future. That's the only way. Like, I'm not about trading Danielle for like a second and a third round pick. No, screw that noise. But if he's part of a package where you can move up in the draft and secure your quarterback in the future, okay. Other than that, I think it'd be very, very stupid for the Vikings to move on from Danielle. That's it. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings defensive end Danielle Hunter reportedly not showing up to the start of voluntary offseason workouts. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.